So yeah, this part. So this was the question, 31st question. I had discussed this. ये हमने solve भी किया था. अभी बस इसका comments लिखना था. Okay. ये 1 year वाला ही था. Okay. But इसमें yeah, I said I will be do. Yeah, यहाँ comment पूछा भी था. Yeah. Offer your comments in brief बोला है. Okay. So we are going to do the comment part. ठीक है. So liquid ratio is how much? 1:1:8 is my liquid ratio. Okay. So what is the standard liquid ratio? 1:1. तो ये 1:1 से तो ऊपर ही है. मतलब ये satisfactory liquid ratio है. Okay. So this is what I have written. It is greater than the standard ratio 1:1. It indicates ability of the company to meet its liability. ये भी मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था. 1:1 क्या होता है? अगर ₹1 मेरा liability है तो I should be able to pay off through my selling my quick assets. Okay, so 1:1. It indicates good short-term solvency. Anything which is 1:1 के ऊपर is satisfactory ratio. Okay, so you can give in comment it is a good solvency ratio. Okay. जरूरी नहीं है जैसा मैंने कमेंट लिखा आप भी वैसे ही लिखें, आप अपने लैंग्वेज में भी, बट हाँ मीनिंग सेम होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं मैंने जो कमेंट लिखा और आपने जो कमेंट लिखा तो मीनिंग शुडंट चेंज. ओके. Next is the proprietary ratio. 49.28% is the proprietary ratio. That means 49.28% of my money, of my own funds is invested in assets. Or baki ka is taken as a from others and then invested into assets. Iska ye meaning hota hai. So it shows low stakes of owners and not satisfactory long-term financial position. Okay, yeah. 49% मतलब 100 में से 49 माइनस करो कितना होता है 51. मतलब 49% पैसा तुम्हारा है टोटल एसेट्स में और बाकी का 51 तुमने किसी से लिया है, दूसरे से लेके एसेट खरीदा है. ऑब्वियसली तो इट इज नॉट सेटिस्फैक्टरी ना. तुम्हारा रेशियो ज्यादा होना चाहिए. एज अ बिजनेसमैन योर मनी, योर ओनर्स फंड शुड बी मोर इन्वेस्टेड इनटू फिक्स्ड एसेट्स रादर देन टेकन फ्रॉम अदर्स. So 49.28 मतलब 49% of your money is there in total assets and the balance 51% is of others. So obviously it is not good. इसलिए okay, it shows low stakes of owners and not satisfactory. So it is not a satisfactory ratio. Okay. Next, this was very important and unique thing what we had done last time. Stock turnover ratio. Okay, so मैंने आपको meaning भी बताया था. 12 times मतलब 12 times your stock is converted into sales. Okay, और इसका comparison भी मैंने बताया था कि you can find the stock velocity also. What is stock velocity? ये जो 12 the frequency of stock I can calculate in number of days. तो इससे मुझे पता चलेगा my credit my stock period. Okay, तो हमारा आंसर आया था 30 days. तो 30 days equal to 1 month equal to 4.3 weeks. मतलब approximately 4 weeks. आपके स्टॉक को सेल्स में कन्वर्ट होने के लिए approximately 1 महीना लगता है. Okay, yeah. So see 12 times in a year or 30 days stock velocity indicates good stock control. ठीक है. डिसेंट है एक्चुअली, इससे ज्यादा होना चाहिए. इट शुड बी मोर देन दिस. 1 महीने के अंदर आपका सामान बिक जाता है. मतलब गोडाउन में पड़ा हुआ जो है स्टॉक विच इज लाइंग इन द गोडाउन इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू सेल्स विद इन अ मंथ. ओके, सो इट इज रिटन एज डिसेंट गुड. Okay, then capital gearing 0.4:1. Okay, so your debt ratio कितना है? Preference plus borrowed funds 6 lakhs and उसके सामने तुम्हारा equity share capital कितना है? 15 lakhs. Okay, so you are able to, yeah, it indicates sign of low gearing. इसमें परसेंटेज दिया था क्या? Let me check. नहीं दिया था. तो no percentage इसके लिए. Slow geared because your equity share capital is more than your preference share capital and borrowed funds. अगर vice versa होगा तो it will become high gear. Okay. Yeah. Then data's velocity. Okay. So here you can write. It indicates data's credit period or collection. Okay. Yeah. So what is your data's collection period? 40 days में आप पैसा लेते हो, आप 40 days का उधार देते हो अपने क्रेडिट सेल्स पे. ओके आप जो क्रेडिट सेल्स करते हो उसका आपका क्रेडिट पीरियड कितना है? 40 डेज है. 40 डेज तक आप सामने वाले को उधार देते हो, मतलब 40 डेज के बाद आपको पैसा मिलेगा. ओके तो अगर से फॉर एग्जांपल आपने 1 सितंबर को सेल किया है ऑन क्रेडिट, तो उसका पैसा आपको मिलेगा बाय आफ्टर 10th of October. ओके 40 डेज कब कंप्लीट होगा? full 30 days of September and 10 months of October. So 30 plus 10 is 40. So you will get your money after 10th of October. इसका ये मीनिंग होता है. समझ में आया? Is this clear? Just acknowledge it in the chat box. Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you, students. Thanks. So this completes the comment. The comment is nothing but whatever is your final answer, you have to analyze and you have to write about it. That's it. That's called as comment or interpretation. Okay? Yeah. Now coming on to this question. Question number 33. Yeah. It's a very small sum, but मैंने इसलिए pick किया क्योंकि there is no balance sheet here. If you look at this question, आपको मालूम पड़ेगा this is not a balance sheet. See, they have not written assets, liabilities. They have written particulars amount, particulars amount. It is not a balance sheet. Neither it is a trial balance. It is not even a trial balance. It is just an information given to you, and out of that information, we have to calculate ratios. Okay? Yeah. From the following given below, calculate the following ratios. Which have they asked? Capital gearing ratio, proprietary ratio, current ratio, liquid ratio, and stock to working capital ratio. तो ये क्या है? Balance sheet ratio. समझ में आया? Yeah, this is a balance sheet ratio. Okay. So generally in this type of sums exam में we where the balance sheet is not there. I mean this is not a balance sheet. So generally in this type of sums we will ask you in exam to prepare a vertical balance sheet and then calculate the ratios. ठीक है? Clear? Okay? तो आपको फिर पहले एक बैलेंस शीट बनाना पड़ेगा और फिर फिर रेशियोज निकालना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? बट मैंने आपको बोला है एग्जाम में वो दिया रहेगा कि आपको वर्टिकल बैलेंस शीट बनानी है और फिर रेशियोज निकालना है. दैट विल बी मेंशन्ड इन द क्वेश्चन. ओके अकॉर्डिंगली यू सॉल्व इट. ठीक है? बट व्हाइल टीचिंग आई in some sums I teach you नहीं पहले vertical balance sheet करते फिर ratios, so that on and off I do it so that you don't forget it. Okay, on and off I do that. I know in all the sums I don't do that, but on and off I do that. I make a balance sheet and then I do the ratios, or sometimes I do without balance sheet directly ratios, because you should be sync in with both the techniques. You should know both the techniques in a better way. Okay, so let us come to cash at bank. So cash at bank is what? It's a current asset. Or current asset may be which category? Quick. It's a quick asset. Okay. Next, expenses paid in advance. Matlab prepaid expense. Again, it's a current asset under the category non-quick. Okay. Next, creditors. Current liability under the category quick liability. Bills receivable. Current assets under the category quick assets. Next, 12% debentures, borrowed funds. Okay, equity share capital, shareholders funds, P&L account credit balance matlab reserves and surplus add to shareholders funds. Okay, it's a credit balance. Students, agar debit balance hoga, so I will take it as miscellaneous expenditure. Okay, be careful in exam. Oh? Yeah, P&L account credit balance is profit, so it will be added to reserves and surplus under the heading that shareholders funds. And if the same thing is P&L account debit balance, I give you an exam, then it becomes a loss miscellaneous expenditure. Okay, so वो minus होगा. Next, land and building, fixed assets, stock, current asset, that too category non-quick. Debtors, current asset, category non-quick, quick. Yeah. Land and building, no, plant and machinery, fixed assets. Loan from director, repayable after 3 years. Anyone? Anyone can tell me what is this? Loan from director, repayable after 3 years. What should I treat this as for the purpose of balance sheet? Which item is this as per vertical balance sheet? Borrowed funds. Absolutely correct, Rohan. Very good. Yeah, it's a borrowed fund. Very good. Okay. Okay, done. Now let us start with the sum. Okay, चलो start. Write down. पहले क्या पूछा है? Capital gearing ratio पूछा है. तो लिखो. Preference share capital plus borrowed funds upon equity shareholders funds. Please don't write shareholders funds. हाँ, because when I say shareholders funds, उसमें preference भी आता है. But when I specifically say equity shareholders fund, so उसमें सिर्फ equity share capital आता है. Okay? Yes. So be very careful about this terminology. Shareholders funds means equity and preference both. Equity share capital means only equity share capital, no preference in that. Okay? Yeah. So preference share capital plus borrowed funds upon equity share capital. Okay? तो क्वेश्चन में प्रेफरेंस शेयर कैपिटल तो है ही नहीं, सो राइट 0. Attendance is already taken there. Please don't write attendance, anyone. Please, not even on private chat, send me the attendance. Yeah, it's already noted down. So please don't waste time in writing in the chat box. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, borrowed funds. So borrowed funds may, how many items do I have in borrowed funds? As per the question, I have 2 items as in borrowed funds. Yeah, 12% debentures, ये वाला, and this loan from director. तो दोनों को add करो, ठीक है? So see, I've highlighted here debentures plus loan from director. 62,500 plus 1 lakh. So my answer is 1,62,500. And equity shareholders funds, equity share capital plus reserves and surplus minus miscellaneous expenditure. Okay? Yeah. Equity share capital is given 2,50,000. Reserves and surplus is that P&L account credit balance. And miscellaneous expenditure is not there in the question. So let us solve this. 2,50,000 plus how much? 54,250 plus 54,250. It is 3,04,250. So please write here 3,04,250. 3,04,250. Okay, substitute here 3,04,250. Solve it. 1,62,500 divided by 3,04,250. So it is 0.534. So I'll write it 0.53 is to 1. Okay. So my answer is 0.53 is to 1. So box the final answer. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is my capital gearing ratio, 0.53 is to 1. When you are not making the vertical balance sheet, then you have to write all the breakup of the formula. Yes, you have to do that. But if you are making the working cap, the balance sheet, तो फिर जरूरत नहीं है. फिर then you just have to copy paste from the balance sheet figures from there. Okay. Next, proprietary ratio, shareholders funds upon total assets into 100. Yeah. So write down shareholders funds is what? Equity share capital, preference share capital, reserves and surplus, and miscellaneous expenditure. Okay. और देखो equity shareholders funds में क्या था formula? Equity share capital, reserves and surplus. There was no preference there. Okay. Yeah. So that difference I wanted to show. Okay. So equity share capital 2,50,000, preference share not there, reserves and surplus 54,250, and no miscellaneous expenditure. ठीक है. 2,50,000 plus 54,250. कितना हुआ? 3,04,250. Coincidentally, it is same. 3,04,250. Okay. So please substitute it here. 3,04,250 divided by total assets. Okay. So write down the formula for total assets. Fixed assets plus investments plus current assets. Okay. Yeah. Fixed assets may I have land 2 lakhs, plant and machinery 68,250. Investments not there. Current assets is there. Yeah. Current assets here. So current assets may I have, quick assets may I have debtors 1,30,750. और भी था. Debtors और भी था. Yeah. Cash 12,500 and bills receivable 5,250. So right here cash 12,500 and bills receivable 5,250. Okay. Yeah. और क्या बाकी है? कैश हो गया मेरा, ये हो गया. नहीं, prepaid expense नहीं हुआ. That's left. Okay. Bills receivable is done 5,250. From here, debtors is done. So there are 3 quick assets. Current assets may have prepaid. Expenses paid in advance matlab prepaid. I have that. I have stock 68,250. Okay, only 2 are there. Non-quick. Fine. Okay. So write it down. Stock 68,250 and prepaid 15,500. Okay. Total everything. Yeah, just total it. Yeah. 2,68,250. Next. 1,30,750 plus 12,500 plus 5,250. 1,48,500. Okay, and non-quick 68,250 plus 15,500. 83,750. Okay, 83,750. Okay, that's it. Okay, so total everything, तीनों को total कर दो. So just total it plus 1,48,500 plus 2,68,250 plus 2,68,250. So 5,05,500. So I'm writing it here. मेरा 5,05,500 is the answer. Okay, and substitute here. 5,05,500. 100. Okay. So 3,04,250 divide by 5,05,500 into 100. So 60.789, make it 60.79%. Okay. 60.79%. Fine. So I'm just box the final answer. So this is the final answer. Okay. So if you are not making the balance sheet, so this much of tamjam you have to obviously. This will carry marks. All these steps will carry marks. Okay. Next. Okay. Current asset. Yeah. Current asset तो अभी मुझे मिला. कितना है? Current asset is what? Quick asset plus non-quick. Okay. So I'm writing it here. Current asset is quick asset plus non-quick asset. I have the total of quick asset. Yes, I have just found 1,48,500. 1,48,500, and non-quick ka total also I have 83,750. So 83,750 total करते हैं. 1,48,500 plus 83,750. So 2,32,250. 2,32,250. Write it here. 2,32,250 divide by current liability. Okay. Let us total current liability. इधर ही कर देती हूँ मैं. Current liability में क्या क्या है मेरे पास? Do I have, check. Current liability may I have quick liability, creditors 1,01,500. Yeah. So please write it down. Yeah, quick liability plus non-quick plus non-quick liability. Okay. So quick liability may I have creditors 1,01,500. Okay. And who else I have? Quick liability. Only one quick liability is there, creditors. और कोई क्विक लाइबिलिटी है? नहीं है. वेरी गुड. एक ही है. दैट मीन्स क्विक लाइबिलिटी. वेरी गुड. चलो ग्रेट. सो नॉन क्विक इज नॉट देयर. ठीक है. कूल. सो दोनों को ऐड करेंगे तो कितना आएगा आंसर? 1,01,500. Okay. Yeah. So I'm writing it here. 1,01,500. Solve this. Divide by 1,01,500. My answer is 2.288. I'll make it 2.29. So 2.29 is to 1. Okay, and box the final answer. Okay. Next, quick ratio. मेरे को current ratio मिल गया तो quick तो जल्दी मिल जाएगा because I have already solved everything. I just have to substitute quick assets upon quick liability. Okay. So quick assets I have, yes, 1,48,500. Quick liability also I have 1,01,500. Solve it. 1,48,500 divided by 1,01,500. 1.463. I'll make it 1.46. 1.46 is to 1. Box the final answer. Okay. और क्या है एक और रेशियो पूछा था स्टॉक टू वर्किंग कैपिटल stock to working capital ratio that is not minus it's a dash hyphen जिसको बोलते हैं yeah so what is the formula closing stock yeah closing stock upon working capital but the stock which we write in balance sheet ratio is the closing stock इसलिए if anybody writes closing stock or only stock चलेगा right ही है it's not wrong closing stock upon working capital into 100 so ये जो stock है ना ये 68,250 so हम assume करेंगे यही मेरा closing stock है ये 68 okay so write it here 68,250 divide by working capital. Working capital तो easy है to find. So write down where working capital is equal to current assets minus current liability. How much is my current assets? 1,48,500. Let me just verify. Yeah, it's right. Minus 1,01,500. Solve it. 1,48,500 minus 1,01,500. 47,000. 47,000. Okay, write it here. 47,000 into 100. Yeah. Solve this. 68,250 divided by 47,000 into 100. 145.212 ये तो डेड स्टॉक है इसका मतलब है 100 से ऊपर होना नहीं चाहिए ओके मैंने क्या बोला था आपको ये जितना कम होगा उतना it indicates the business is going good ये जितना ज्यादा होगा ना it is bad for the business so 145.21 my answer is 145.21% okay box the final answer